Hi, it's the Mike Rogers Show here with you, Mike Rogers, and today we have part 2 of our interview with electronic wizard Chris Ianuzzi. Hey, Chris, how's it going? So, Chris, I'd like to talk to you about your career today.
Sure.
So, I get I've been playing your music on the radio. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I played your song, and I got a really super good compliment by somebody.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
What's that?
What song was it? Do you know?
Oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you in just a sec. Oh, come on. It was So Far, So Near.
Oh, really? That's good to hear.
And somebody wrote, this is a fantastic song. So, I don't remember what my point was besides, kissing your butt. But that song's name artist is Chris Ianuzzi. So what's the difference between Chris Ianuzzi and iSynthesis? Or is it the same art, Chris Ianuzzi?
It's absolutely. I've been thinking about this. It's absolutely the same thing. After the period in the 90s where I was doing, work and commercials and promos and all these branding things, I really needed to do something for myself again. And I started off trying to find a singer because I've never done that. I was never done it successfully. I always thought this is like, I can't do it, and every time I've had experiences with a singer, it ended up being a nightmare. And
usually it's a nightmare with the drummer.
Right? The drummers too. So a friend of mine sat me down and said, look, imagine if we got to be 90 years old and we're sitting on a porch and I was telling you, you could do this and you never did it. And she said, so I've been telling you this forever. It's your music. Go out and sing it. And I thought, I can't do that. And she said, you have to do it. Imagine being 90 and you do something you just didn't do. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And I booked a gig. I had a gig booked at CBGB's gallery. And there was falling out between myself and a vocalist. And I thought, I'm going to do this show myself. I'm going to go. And I swear I was clutching the keyboard with my right arm. And I watched the video back, the next day. And I thought, okay, this has the vibe, that I want to go for. And that's me, I can do it. I can do this with some work. So I did some work and got a auto-tune to use live, which I don't use anymore. Friends said to me, you don't need that thing, I figured out that being a vocalist really has so much to do with confidence in what you are. And I'm not like a serious singer at all by any means. That was the reason why I felt like I couldn't do it was I was exposed to all these people that were like serious singers in the whole world with commercials and these people, are killers, and then just getting on and doing that. And at first I was just so nervous about it. I couldn't even rehearse. I was so nervous. Just whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I went up and it just became like a natural thing after a while. It's something that I did, and I wasn't called iSynthesis yet. It was another 3 months, 4 months of thinking about rearranging things, and it was like, okay, go. At that point too, in New York, the Electro Clash thing was happening, and that was bleeding over into the goth world and this world and that world. It was it was a good time. There were people that were out. And so they were curious to come to the show and see what was going on. And that was a great time. It continued on, but there has been so many changes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, finally there were changes with me, and I said, I can't do this anymore. And I want to do. I've got the modular. I had the modular for a part of it. I started, and I thought I want to do film scory type stuff. I want to move into different directions. There was the album. I don't know if I've heard anything from that. I put it out 2020. It called Planetaria, which is all instrumental. And then in doing that, I was trying to force myself not to do the groove and song type idea, and I really miss doing that. So I'm finding peace with different stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. So send me Planetaria.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'll play it. I'm desperate for music all the time because generally speaking, and because of the way that station's personality is, I never play the same song more than twice. So I'm always looking for music. So I'd love to play that. So in your iSynthesis record, like your first album, Avalanche, are you singing in those songs?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever done that. Yeah.
And you're really happy. You're really happy with it, of course.
I am now. Yeah, It was very hard to do it. It was very hard to have the security, with doing something. And, some people are always so nice. They would say, oh, well, but then everybody that was kind of nasty came back and said, I was just kind of jealous of what you're doing. So, yeah.
Are you familiar with the band Anzalung?
No.
Anza, and I think it's an HLUNG. They're from Germany.
Oh, okay.
And I don't really know too much about them, but the music they make in a little way, the vocals of the way they do it and your vocals remind me of each other. So you might want to check it out. But you're much more, I don't know, what's easily accessible, I think.
Really? That's good. Yeah. I guess.
Well, no, I think that is good because I like all sorts of music. I listen to all sorts of weird stuff, and I really do like weird music. I like cool and strange music. So when I first heard your music, I thought, oh, this is cool. And just like that listener that sent me that message saying that this is a really, really cool song. Yeah. And he was sick in a hospital bed listening to the show.
Really?
And he said this was a perfect, what do you call it, top off or whatever end of the show and stuff like that. So I'll send that to you.
Okay, sure.
I'll find it. So what other do you have are you recording a new album now? Are you getting ready to tour, or what are you doing?
I've got there's one. Let's see, where do I put this? It's like I didn't realize how I do this stuff like a lot, and I probably have an album underway right now. And there's 2 new songs, one Edge of the Earth and Silent Sea, that are in singles. And you played Edge of the Earth, I think that went into some chart. I think it was right away. It was like, what, this thing is not even released yet, and it was like already in the charts. And
hey, when you do something really cool and it's different, people, that just makes people's ears turn red.
So that comes out internationally on January 20th. There'll be a single called Edge of the Earth.
January 20th, Edge of the Earth. Okay.
Friday. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Silent Sea comes out February 11th when I get close to Valentine's Day. I don't know.
Silent Sea. Yeah. Oh, is that a romantic song?
Yeah, well, kind of. The last word, the last line of it is.
Oh,
but if you played that,
yes,
yeah, it's great. The stuff that's not even out there yet that you're playing is like that's a great sign. It's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I sometimes artists get mad at me,
yeah.
and I'm like, what? I'm a radio DJ. Why did you send me this song if you don't want me to play it?
Oh, I want you to play it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll keep playing it. So I'm going to play Edge of the Earth this next week, and then start playing Silent Sea. Okay. But also you send me Planetaria.
Yeah.
And I'll start playing that too.
There's some good stuff on there for like films that would be good to listen. But they're not songs. It's all like pieces. I'd like to do another album of that.
You mean Planetaria is all just pieces?
It's all pieces, yeah.
Oh, you mean like 1 minute, like little snippets?
No, some of them are 8 minutes.
Oh,
some are 10. Some are not so much.
I totally need that kind of music.
Yeah. Okay. You could take 30 seconds snippet out of it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff there.
So will you, from January 20th, will you be touring to support your Edge of the Earth release, or what do you?
I really would like to. I'm starting to gear up people talking over here about doing shows again, and I'm ready for that now. So I have to start off kind of simple. I haven't done this in a couple of years, and I'd have to, before I really have a shebanger, be.
Well, Chris, you can't make an excuse that you haven't done this in a couple of years, because everyone else is the same.
I know.
Yeah, I haven't been out of this house in like 3 years now.
The problem has been the COVID thing, over here. It's just like going to shows, and people, they're not as like they used to be. It's not, you can't comfortably be close to somebody, It's like you worry about things jumping in the air.
It isn't. I mean, I don't have a TV. I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to the news at all, and I try to ignore it. But like in Japan, COVID is actually getting bad again.
Yeah.
Is it getting bad there?
Yeah. It's. I don't think it ever got good. There was a period where it was better when the vaccines came out. We all felt like, okay, this is all going to be over soon. But there's a lot of people that aren't taking care of it. I think the way they should. There's a lot of the news isn't talking about it as much as they talk about it. So that's part of the situation. I mean, if you look at the numbers of the people dying in the hospitals, it's like it was in 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it is. And if you came to Japan now, Chris, you would be shocked. Everybody wears a mask, and outdoors. Walking.
Well, they did. I was there. Yeah.
Everybody wears a mask, and then you see people riding their bicycle or jogging, or they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
Then I went to a concert the other day, and I don't know, there's 200 people there. Everybody in the venue was wearing a mask. So it just kind of, I don't like masks, but I'm not going to say anything about it. So I just basically don't go.
Right.
It's just too much trouble, and I'm getting old, Chris. So anyway, okay, so when do you think you're gonna have a live show, or Is it too early to say yet?
I would imagine there'll be a show within 3 months. It'll be the beginning. We'll start again.
Well, then you can come back and be on this show again and promote your show.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah.
It would be great.
Yeah.
It would be great. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any last words for your Japanese audience, Chris?
I hope to see all of you again soon. I'd like to come back over there.
Great. It would be great. I'm your tour guide if you come back here again.
Okay.
Because do you drink?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, we'll have to do that here. They do that here a little bit.
They do.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Chinese sake?
Oh, yeah.
That was something that really put me. I rarely ever get so far gone that it's like getting sick. And I did. The Chinese sake.
Yeah, I generally don't drink sake because I will get drunk. And then the next thing I know, I'm on top of the tables dancing, paying for everybody's drinks, you know? And it's like, yeah, I shouldn't do that. My wife is mad at me. So, okay, anyways, thank you so much to Mr. Chris Ianuzzi. His new record, Edge of the Earth, goes on sale January 20th. On February 11th, Valentine's Day, Silent Sea goes on sale, and he'll be touring soon. Chris, thank you so much for the talk.
Thank you.
So it's been fun. Yeah, so you got to come back when your tour is all set up, and then announce the tour and everything, and we can talk about drinking. We'll talk about drinking Korean sake then.
Okay. All right. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. If you like this video, go down here and click like and subscribe. I'm Mike Rogers, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.